Hello, hello, chat. How are we going? Welcome in, welcome in. How are we all? I hope we're all doing very well today. I haven't seen you guys in so long. How have we all been? I need updates right now. But yeah, so with today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some very chill, some very just, blockouts of some 3D models and stuff. Because I got my first assessment notification for school, and for our assignment, we need to make one or technically two objects. And so I've already been making those at school, so sadly, I don't have any footage of that. But what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be making the world. So I've got a fresh Maya scene right here in front of us. So bam, oh my god, it's a grid. Oh my god, crazy. I have been doing some work because I went in on my off day the other day, so I was just experimenting a little. And what I've been trying to make is my headphones that goes along with my cassette player, which is the object that I am trying to 3D model. Because we need to make an object that basically is holding another object inside of it. So, like, for example, like a chest with money inside of it. That's kind of like the whole project brief, is that you need to make two objects. One is the object container, and then the other object is the object that is held inside of the container. But what I want to do is I want to make some props for my scene. So I've been trying to 3D model my headphones that will then go into my cassette player, which is the object that I chose to model for my project. I've already done some, so this is like half of it already done. Because I went in, because I'm a little workaholic, and I already did some. And so what we're gonna have to do is we are going to have to mirror the other side as well of this half of the 3D model. This was so complicated to model, side note, because you had to get a half of a sphere. And then I worked so long. That's what most of these back here are. It was just me trying to work out this silly little shape. And it took me forever. Because, like, this was, like, one of my first attempts that I didn't, like, throw away. But I just couldn't get, like, the inside shape. My teacher was saying that it looks like the Star Trek logo a little bit, to be honest. Which I can see it. Because it's sort of like that little A sort of shape that it has going on for itself. So that was really annoying. And then the second most annoying bit was this part over here, which is like the little sort of like in between band here where it kind of, because it goes from one back into two again. Same with down here, and oh, it was so hard. Oh my god, hello Shadow, how are we? We are just going to be making some objects for my scene for school. I might just take one little second to go grab my headset just so then I have a reference in front of me, but I will be right back in 1 second. I promise. Okie dokie, I am back. Let me just put on my headset. Okay, so I got a couple things now. So I've got my cassette player on my desk, which I will also be using as reference. And then I've got my trusty dusty headphones as well here. So let's get into seeing what we need to do. So what I'm doing for the headphones is I'm just modeling it all flat because it is a pain to model things on an angle. So like if I make this go up on an angle, it looks very awkward. But see, like that is very hard to model on because nothing will sort of like extrude straight. And when I say extrude, I mean if I go here and if I pull out an edge, see how it also goes on an angle as well? It's very annoying to work with. So how I get around that is I just model everything flat So it's very nice. Everything goes the right way, hopefully. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. And what we need to do is I actually want to fix up this. So this is my unsmooth. So by pressing 1 in Maya, that's your unsmooth. And then pressing 3 in Maya makes it go all nice and smooth and ooh, very pretty. I just don't know if I like what's going on here though. So what I might do is I might try and straighten this out a little bit. Might grab this vertex and just bring this down. Just so then it's a little bit nicer, because it's really hard because this started off as a rectangle, but this started off as a cylinder, which is this one up there. And it's really hard trying to make a good smooth little transition between the two without it looking too wonky. But overall I think this is pretty alright. It's not the neatest work, but I think it'll do because it's just a background prop. So I think it should be okay. I doubt anyone's going to be looking too intensive at all the geometry and stuff. I think overall, when it's smoothed, it looks pretty nice. I might move this edge up, these edges, so it goes a bit more flat. Has a bit more of a nicer gradient from going like, ooh, this is very round, to like, ooh, this is very, very flat. Okay. So now that we've got that, what we're gonna do is, let me just take a look at the side, because I think they are, okay. I don't know if I want to add all the detail in the inner rings. I don't think it honestly really needs it. Might be a little lazy with that, so I'm just gonna skip that part. And okay, I think actually we might be fine to duplicate it now I'm having a second look at the object. But yeah, how are we all going though today? What have we been up to since I last saw everyone? It's very nice being back. I haven't 3D modeled with you guys ever, I think. And so I think this would be a pretty good compromise for doing my schoolwork at the same time as hanging out, having some fun. I don't know if this is going to be too long if I flip it. Let me go into this group here. So what we're looking for is this one and this one. And are these already in a group? Am I crazy? So that's in that group. Where is this one? I need to name my layers. This is so bad. Okay. So let's just do top band underscore headphones. Okay. Coolios. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go bam and bam and go Control G to group them, hopefully. That didn't work. Never mind. My bad. Oh no, Shadow, no! Leave us so soon. It's okay. I wish I could stay, but for some reason my Wi-Fi is making everything freeze every 3 seconds. Oh no! That's terrible. Okay, all good. Don't worry. Thank you for coming in though. It was very nice to see you again. Okay, let's see. Okay. So now everything's grouped together. I think if we... What I'm going to do is I'm just going to recenter the pivot point by clicking on this one here. And then I'm also going to freeze... Oh no, this is freeze and this is delete history, sorry. So now all the history that piles up in here is gone. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, the Shadow. I'll see you next time. And what we should hopefully be able to do is, where is my mirror? My mirror modifier. Can I not mirror it? Oh, do I have to combine it? I really don't want to combine it because these are going to be probably separate materials. It's okay. So I'll just have to mirror them separately, I guess. So we'll go to object. And then what we're going to do is we are going to then... What axis would it be on? Ooh, not that one. Y. And then if I... Ooh. Let me just undo that. I don't like what that was doing. Can I just undo that all? Okay, thank you. Okay, object mode. And now let's try that one again. So we are going to mesh, mirror. And then what we're going to do is we are going to center it to the object instead of the world. We're going to do... Nah, minus I think is better. I always click the wrong one. Oopsies. And if I... Can I not move that? Excuse me. Pardon. Mesh. Mirror. Yeah, minus. Z to object. Oh. Why is that doing that? Oh, it's because I did an object one. Silly me. Silly me. Oopsie poopsies. And we're gonna go to object to Z. I'm gonna increase the offset here. Wow. Okay. Now we have 2 halves of the headphone. Yay, we did it! Yippee! Okay. So now that we've got that, I think everything is fine. I think I'll probably want it like that. I don't know if that is long enough. I don't know, maybe it is long enough. Maybe I'm just tweaking out a little. Okay. I think that is pretty evenly spaced anyways. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. I think. Maybe. Perhaps. But then again, I don't know. Do I make that longer? Because I feel like the sides of the headphones are a bit longer. Okay. I'm just going to make them a little bit longer. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't like how short the side section is for the headphones. This person would have a very tiny head otherwise. Okay. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in another few edge cuts as well. And then I think I'm also gonna stretch from here too. Okay. Looks a bit better, I think. I don't know if I like this band. Maybe narrow that down, squash it a little. There we go. Bring that out. Okay, I think that's alright. Let's see what to do now. So I should probably add another loop cut here. Because the reason why I'm adding all the loop cuts is that when I eventually... You see how this is bending like that? I basically put on a modifier because this was straight at one point. And then I put on a modifier that will make it curve. So we will eventually get a shape that is like a headset. And what we're going to do now is we are going to always delete your history and freeze your transforms because ugly things can happen otherwise. And we don't want our mesh to look ugly. We want it to look very beautiful. Let's go mirror. And go once again to object. and then to the Z axis, and we are going to offset it a lot. Okay. Now if I zoom out, that's looking more like a normal looking headset. Okay. So now that we've got that done, I'm pretty happy with how that's looking. I think that should be like that. Yep. Now what we have to do is we also have to do it to this one as well. So make sure to freeze all of those. Then we're gonna go up here to mesh, mirror, to the Z. Oh, oopsies. I freaked out for a second. I accidentally kept it on world, so it mirrored all the way back here to where the origin point is, where everything spawns, and we don't want that. And we are just going to offset that a lot to hopefully try and get this in line with the other one. Okay. I think that's looking pretty flush. Let me see. Yeah, I think that looks pretty flush. Okie dokie. So now we've got our 2 ear cuffs, and we've got our very long headphone band all ready to go. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure I freeze everything. Okay. So now everything is set. It's kind of irking me that there's sort of different colors. So I'm just going to go in here and just assign just a normal standard surface to everything, because it was kind of annoying me that this part was like white, you know. You know how it be. And now I haven't done this technique before because my teacher showed me it in class, so let's try and see if we can troubleshoot this to make the bend in the headphone. Let me just pull up my notes. I love note taking. I already have so many notes and it's only the start of the year. It's so bad. Okay. Let's see. Can we do this in a group? I hope we can do this in a group. Alright. So to add a bend modifier, let's go to the deform tab, if I can see it. Deform, and then non-linear. And then let's do a bend. Oh, we will rotate this so it is flat. Let's put that in the object. And then what we're also going to do is we are going to add a lattice as well, which I think is also in the deform tab. Yeah, deform, and then where is the lattice? Lattice. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Let's go 3. And let's go. We'll also go 3. Okay. So hopefully this is all hooked up, because I haven't done this before, if I'm being honest. Lattice mode, lattice points. So if I select these, that's pretty cool. Okay, so where is the bend handles? Curve? Can I make it curve? We are learning, chat. Look at us go. Maybe I need more points in here. Subdivisions. Maybe if I increase the subdivisions, it'll bend easier. Whoa. Let's go to lattice points. Why is it not bending right? Let's hide the lattice for now. Let's focus on the bend. So I don't know why this is not bending. Because the bend should be hooked to the headphones. This is very interesting. Maybe it's not hooked to the headphones. Let's delete that. Maybe it only works on... No, it has to work on multiple objects, right? So let's try this again. So let's go... Where's my deform tab gone? This one. Let's go to nonlinear and bend. What does this do? Let's go 90. And then what we're gonna do is funky. Oh, I can control one side of it too. That's cool. That's very cool. Okay. What if I do -9? No? Okay, doesn't like that. So what was this? Left and right. But I want it to go up and down. Bend handle. Inputs bend. Curvature. -10 maybe? Doesn't do nothing. I can make it like swivel. Hang on. Let's just hide that for now. I'm just gonna do a simple little exercise over here. So this is technically wherever this block spawned in was the center of the world. So now this will be recenter. Maybe I just don't have enough geometry. Maybe that's why it doesn't want to do nothing. Maybe just make crazy subdivisions. Ew. Think. Okay, let's go down, and then we'll go deform, go bend. Maybe we will just make that go. Is that way not the right way? Oh god. No! Shh. Be gone. What ads? Be gone. Okay, cool. Oh my god, what am I doing? 90. So now that is flush. And now what we should be able to do is, can we curve this? Why is this not wanting to curve? There's literally... Okay, I can get one side to like wiggle. Look at it go! That's not what we want though. Why is this not working? Okie dokie. Whoa, that does something funky on the lattice. Crazy. Curvature. Why is this not wanting to curve? Do I not have enough geometry still? Surely not. Let's see, up this. I'll do 8 and 8. Let's go back to our bend. Will this curve? No. Why does it lie? Weird. Weird. See, like, look, this does really funky stuff. Like, ooh. Maybe because this has history on it? Let's go back to our deform tab now that that's all cleared, and we will go to bend. Maybe does it have to be like this? I'm pretty sure you're meant to angle it. Just put you to 90. That's lovely. What is it saying down here? Locked or connection cannot be modified. Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Well, since this is being a very poo-poo bum, to say at least, what we're going to do now that we have this is we are going to, first of all, save. And then, because I've already put this into a big group so we can work on other stuff, we're just going to remove that for now. We'll grab back our normal little grid pane, like pattern thingy. And we are going to maybe do a little block out of our table. Because I'm not sure what to do for the table yet. We're going to just lower this down to, let's do 6. Just so then we have lower geometry. I'm not sure what kind of table to do, eh? Let's do an extrude. So we have some depth to our table. I'm just trying to think how to block this out. Maybe a circle table could be nice. Oh, oops. Actually, before I extrude it out, maybe then I do the circularize. Which is this little button here. Yep. Okie dokie. So now we've got our little circle table. What does mean twist? Oh, twist. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's see if I extrude that. Probably give it a little bit more depth than that. And we will also go to the edges and we're going to do a little bevel. If it'll select all of the edges for me, that would be great. Okay, cool. Now all of our edges are selected. Now we're going to do a little bevel. Move this more to the corner. How many do I want in the corner? Let's see how that smooths. I think that's pretty nice. I think that should be fine. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that for just the base of the table. Now, what should we put? So let's just do a little block out, I think. I'm gonna save that. So now I'm just gonna grab another little cube here. And this will be our stand-in for my cassette tape player. Which will... Cassette tape players are very chunky, by the way. Just side note. So let's go here. Doesn't have to look exactly like the cassette tape player because I'm already building it. Is this being made outside the group? Okay, good. I'm just gonna hide that so we have less stuff to worry about. I'm probably gonna just delete that. Okay. So now we got, because the cassette tape player is meant to be the main focus. So we got that down. And then what should I do for the rest of the table? I was thinking it could be cool to have a little stack of sort of like the little cassette tape player packaging. Could be very cool. Because I haven't made the packaging yet. I think that could be cool to have. Oh, oops. Made that way too long. Let's bring you up and squash that down a little bit. I think it's still too long. Okay, cool. Because it could be cool to maybe sort of have a little stack here. Oh, oops. I didn't mean to extrude that. Oopsie poopsie. Duplicate. Another one. Angle it maybe a little. Another one. Okay. Cool. I'm not sure whether or not to have the cassette tape actually inside of the player or if I should have it like resting on the outside of the player. Hang on, let me get a cube to show you guys what I mean by that. So if I stretch this out and I make this wider, I'm just gonna pretend that this is the cassette tape, okay guys? So what I'm thinking is I could maybe lean it like that against the player. Could be nice. So then you can actually properly see it. Yeah, something like that, maybe. But I'm not too sure. Or should I have it actually inside of the player? But you won't really be able to see it that much. It's my dilemma though. Because inside the player, it has like this little tiny slither of like a little cutout window. Or maybe I could just duplicate the cassette tape that's inside of here and just put it on the outside and just rest it. Could be nice. Just to have it like there or something. Just resting. My only dilemma is that you can't really see the rest of the player. Hang on. Let me just reset this. So then I can... Maybe if I do it more at an angle. Actually, I'm going to move these more off to the side. Oh, oops. Control G. Now that moves together. Maybe more like that. And then maybe I can lean that there. Making progress, guys. Look at us go. Okay. So I think that's pretty solid. And then what we'll do is we will have our headphones just resting on this side. Maybe if I have this a little off to the side. I wish you would just stick to this other one. There we go. I just don't know if this is going to be too much because I was thinking we could also do something like that and we can have one of the cassette boxes open. Maybe. And have these two at the back. Maybe one could be on an angle. Oh my god, Spotlight. I actually do love Spotlight though. Side note. They have such good fabrics. I love sewing. I want to do more sewing. I miss it so much. I'm actually just so dirt tired most of the time though because of school, because I literally have to make a 2-hour commute there and back. And it is a lot. It takes like 4 hours extra out of my day. But hey, it's okay. Because I love what I do. I love 3D modeling so much. Okay. Maybe I can also angle that so it's facing towards the camera. And I'm just going to put this into a quick little group so this stays together. And then, because these are background elements, I don't really care too much about those. I might pull out this cube from the group though. Just plop that there. Put these out in the background. So then we have a little bit more room. Bring you... Oh. Don't do that. What am I doing? Silly, silly. Okay. Cool. And then what I can then do is we are just going to grab a cube. I'm just gonna lay this flat. And what I'm gonna do is scale that down. And just angle this on the side. And flip it. So this will be one earring cuff for our headset. And then duplicate. And what we are going to do is then we are going to flip that. And we are going to have the other earring cuff and be over here. And it will be up like that. And we're gonna have it there, and just imagine that this is the headphones. This is just like a little rough block out sort of thing. Nothing too serious. Actually, I think just the earring cuff should be fine to get the idea across. So I'm just gonna group this. Oh, poop! Where did my other thing go? Oh my god. Oh my god, where did it disappear? Oh, never mind. I was freaking out over nothing. It's because it's all the same color. My bad. Let's Control G. Group that. Get rid of all that. Okay. Cool. Now I can move this as one. Okay. Yes. Now we've got ourselves a little block out. Maybe I could make like a little lamp. A little lamp could be cool for some nice little lighting. So I'll just go back here. And we will just grow this out a little bit more. Oh, that's that's too long. Oops. Get that out. And bada bing, bada boom. And I'll just get a cone just to say that this is a light source. Oh, oops. And we will squash this down, and then I will push this back to the sides. Okay. For a second there, I get so scared because I always think that, oh, is my microphone actually on and I'm streaming and no one can hear me talk? It's my actual worst fear ever. I've done it so many times. Okay. So let's name everything. So I'm just gonna, because these are all just little temporary objects to help us map out what we're doing. Is we are just going to combine these. So this will be a lamp. What are these? This is group 7. So this is headphones. Don't at me if I spell anything wrong. Set. Nah, just cassette player. And then tape in a case, whatever, and then cases. Okay, cool. Alright, now that we've got our little scene mapped out, I don't know, it kind of does feel a little bland, but honestly what I'm going for is just mainly focusing on the cassette player itself. I could maybe model a wall or two. I could maybe help it a little. Because I'll probably be at sort of like this angle, maybe, for the shot, is what I'm thinking. But yeah. I'll have to definitely play around with this a little. So I want this to be forward. View. Because I kind of want the wires from the headphones to kind of like wrap around a little bit. So I want you to be able to see some of the wires go like in loops, go into like the cassette player, like here or something. I think that could be pretty cool. Okay. So now that we've got that saved, I am just going to see if I can grab all of these and just Control G, and we'll just do scene underscore block out. The reason why I always put an underscore here is because, hang on, if the ad wouldn't interrupt me, I could explain it properly. Basically, the reason why I put a little underscore here is because Maya really doesn't like it whenever you put just a normal space in it. It'll throw basically a little tantrum, to put it lightly. And yeah, so you never want to put a little space inside of your naming sort of section over here where all your objects are, because yeah, no, I think it'll do some weird stuff if you put some like just some normal like spaces. It doesn't really understand it. So yeah. Anywho, so what we're gonna do now is, I reckon, should we, I think the table will be easy enough, so I will actually, I think this table should be fine for me to sort of like grab a few of the main faces and sort of like pull them down. Should I make some more cuts? I might make a few more cuts, so then the middle of the table remains circle. Because how Maya sees it is that everything that is that has 4 sides is basically a circle. So if I try and circularize like just these 4 faces, for example, it won't do anything because it considers 4 to already be a circle, if that makes any sense. So what I have to do then is I have to add in some more geometry in the middle here, so then I can just go, oh, bam, circularize. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to untwist it because it does some funky stuff sometimes. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to then extrude down to make the little top part of the table where it connects. And then I am going to actually delete these faces so we don't need them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select all of the edges here, and we are going to go E, and we are going to extrude those in. We're going to go down. I know that no one's probably going to see this, but I would like to make some cool little bumps. So we're gonna go E, and then we're gonna go down. And then we're gonna go E again. Gonna go in. And then we're gonna get down, making these shorter every time. And then we're gonna go E again. And then for one last time, we are just going to pull that straight down. Down, down, down. And I doubt that anyone's going to see where the floor is for the table. But what we were going to do anyways is we're going to go E, expand it, and then Control E, and go down. Actually, I might go down on an angle to make this nice little slope here. So we're going to just pull these out. And put that down. And so. And then we're going to go E, and we're just going to go bam. And E, and then we will just go in. And because no one's going to see the inside, I'm not going to fill the hole. Let's see what it looks like when it's smoothed. Okay. What are we working with here? Okay. So I might add in some holding loops up here, just so then it's not so smooth, because we want these to be sharper lines. And I'm going to add an edge hold loop there too. I think the one at the top of the table should be fine. But I am also going to add one here where it connects to the main base of the table. Right about there. So we have some nice little steps right here going all the way from the base of the table to the leg of the table. I might add some fancy little steps maybe in the middle of the table too, just to sort of branch it out. We'll go, how much is that? 80? 80. I'll go 40. We'll go 40 again. And we will go... probably not 70 actually. Go in. Go there. We'll go out. And why is that not going around? Okay. Yes. Let's move you up. And grab you and move all of you guys up too. I might add in another edge hold loop there. Oh my god, hello! Oh my god, and Shadow. Yeah, no, I actually missed Shadow, sadly. But hello, welcome in. I'm pretty sure that's you, isn't it, though, Jordan? I'm pretty sure that's you. Damn, Miss Shadow, I guess. Yeah. I'm getting used to everyone's, like, names because everyone's changed everything. Not everything. But yeah. Yeah, it's Jordan. Okay, cool. How have you been, girl? I haven't seen you in so long. How's it going? Hello! Oh my god, your new VTuber is so cute. She's adorable. Yeah, we're just doing some 3D modeling right now. I'm just making a funky little table because this is actually a little project that I'm working on for school right now. Because I have to make a little cassette tape player, and then I'm making a little cassette here. This is just a block out, by the way, so that's why it's very, you know, blocky. This is gonna be the little cassette tape player case. This is another one of the cases back here. I'm gonna have some headphones over here and a nice little lamp. I'm okay, I guess, in pain, but it's life at this point. Oh no, that's terrible. Oh, I hope your pain clears up soon, bro. That's awful to hear. Have you been taking care of yourself? I hope so. Yeah. Let's see. Not sure what to 3D model now because I think the table's almost done. Ooh, that's kind of funky. I like that. What's being a VTuber without some sort of chronic illness or disability? That's true, that's true. You're very right. Oh man, I'm actually so nervous when I get older because I swear I'm gonna have so much back pain from just not sitting in my chair right. Or like, I know that I personally, I like to cross my legs over one another when I'm working, and oh my god, it's gonna be bad. We just did a whole unit on like WHS, which is like work health and safety. And oh no, it's so bad. To be honest, I don't really like studying it because I've studied it so many times. Like Loki, when I was in high school, I pretty much had to study WHS like in 4 different classes, maybe 3. It was crazy though. I already have spine issues, so oh no. Girl. Oh my god. No. You're so young, bro. But yeah, oh, it's coming for everyone, I swear. My eyesight, man, it's gonna go soon. My dad's already like preempted me, like, hey, when you turn like 24 or 25, you are gonna need to get glasses. I'm sorry. And I'm just like, oh, god damn it. Especially because I'm a blue-eyed girly. So, you know, it's definitely gonna happen. Let's go to our top view. Go there. I can't see nothing with that in the way. Oh my god, I can't see nothing with the table in the way. Get out of here. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Have you been up to anything much there? Since I've seen you last. Let's go back to our perspective. We're gonna be 3D modeling our little lamp. So I'll bring back the lamp, but I'm just gonna shoo him away. Can go all the way over there. We should do a few different little lamp ideas because I'm not too sure what would be the best lamp to do. Because I kind of want like a vintagey sort of feel. I might just Google quickly, just vintage lamps. Sorry, I know you probably can't really see this. But yeah, honestly, just all the travel between like school and stuff, I've been so busy. It's really hard to fit in any time really for streaming, and it's been so tough with, you know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's alright. We'll make it through. Just trying to find a really nice looking lamp. Side note. Let me just see. I know I'm very sorry you guys can't see what lamps I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a nice looking little vintagey sort of lamp. Ooh, this lamp looks sick actually, but that's gonna be so hard to 3D model. Let me see. I feel like I'm being too picky with my lamps. It sucks because all the nice looking vintage ones have so much going on like the actual stand itself. It's crazy. Okay. I like the look of this one though that I have here. I'm just gonna quickly snipping tool it. So I don't lose me lamp. Okay. We'll just save this as lamp inspo. I wonder if I can quickly add this to stream so you guys can see what I'm modeling. Save. Okay. Cool, yes. I mean, it could be half of the fun though if you guys just see how it all comes to be, you know? So this is apparently a vintage Tiffany styled stained glass table lamp with red berries? Question mark. I'm mainly just looking at it for sort of like the base of the lamp sort of idea. But I love old vintage lamps though. They look so cool. Okay, so it kind of goes sort of like I think it goes kind of like in a little, but then it goes up. Actually, yeah, no. We'll go there. And it goes kind of like on an angle in. So let's do that real quick. I might make this angle more extreme. Okay, cool. And then this kind of goes out, but up. It's really weird. I love loving. Ooh, la 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 la. I can't English today. I love learning how to 3D model really complex looking objects. I think it's so cool. I'll go more in with that. It's sort of like a puzzle when you think about it, because you have to look at an object and be like, huh, well, there needs to be, like, if I do Control E, that makes a little extrude to make it go up and add some more geometry here for another loop. And like, ooh, maybe this needs to go out a little, but ooh, maybe it needs to go like right back in, you know? Because it's very kind of like rounded and it's kind of organic-y looking, but with softer edges. Very, very soft edges for this lamp. So it goes up quite a bit. Let's see if I can go that way. And then what we will do, it kind of has a little bit, I think the top is mainly rounded. So let's go up again. Very rounded. And then I don't know how on earth I'm going to do the next part, but we will try. Very like domey. We'll probably do a few different ones to see which one we like and which ones we don't. And then maybe chat can choose. That could be cool. Oh, oops. And we will pull you up. Maybe should I make that smaller? Nah, it's okay. We'll just scale down the lamp. That's alright. So what we'll do is we'll go like that. And then I'm going to every second face. Well, technically every like third face, I guess. We are just going to grab one of these guys and we are going to then pull it in. Oh, do I not have enough for that? Okay, maybe every 4 faces then? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 4. Okay, cool. And now what we're gonna do is we are going to... how would I make that actually? Because it's so weird because it goes like in but out but in. I don't know. How do I... So it kind of goes like that. Ooh, that kind of looks cool on the bottom though. I guess it doesn't have to look completely like how the actual thing does, I guess. If that makes sense. I do like how the other ones kind of like... Oh, that messes with the top faces though. Okay, so now it has more of sort of like this weird little star shape to it. I think it's looking pretty cool so far. Maybe we could grab these like little ones. We'll stray away from the original a little bit. Take some creative liberties, you know? Have I got all of them? Okay. Bring this up. Get some more sort of like texture and stuff going down at the base. Because honestly, we probably will only really see what's happening with the base mainly, and not so much with the actual lampshade at the top. Because if I bring back my table real quick, it'll probably be an angle somewhat like so. Maybe like out like that a little. So this is kind of like the vision a little bit. Okay. Anywho. Oh, why is this not center with the object? Oh, I was in the group. Whoopsie daisies. Oh, oops. What am I doing? What am I doing? How does this look smooth, actually? Does it look funky? Okay. Don't know. It's definitely gonna need some shaping. Let's see. Actually, I might need to add a little hold loop here. And maybe a little hold loop there. Just so then the edges are a little bit more pronounced. And maybe this can go out a little. So then it really has sort of like that sweeping sort of shape where it goes up like that. Yeah. And then I think I might need to add in another little hold loop around here. And maybe another one inside of here. Let me push that down. Nah, actually. It's okay. Alrighty. Let's unsmooth that. Now that we got our extra little edges. Let's see if I can do anything else cool with the geometry. Let's see. I think I made this way too tall. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go down here, make this a little shorter, you know? So it kind of ends about there-ish. And then it kind of goes in, let's say, probably goes like that. And then Control E, and we'll go up. Can I circularize this and make this flat again? Yeah. Let's just look when it's smooth though. Doesn't look too bad. Okay. So if I press 3 on this. Okay. Very slick. And what we're gonna do is, I probably added way too many hold loops when I was actually making the mesh, but hey, YOLO. It's okay. I think pretty much all of them are necessary anyways, so hopefully my teacher shouldn't rip my face off about it. But you live and you learn. I think she'll be right. Weeble. Actually, I might make this section a little shorter. Go by faces. Actually, can't do that. So we're just going to select all of these edges. Like so. I'm just gonna bring this down. Okay. And then, ooh, okay, so we've got some really, like, pointy bumps coming up. So this one goes out like, whoa, and then it goes up like so. And then it kind of goes out a little more. And maybe not so up, actually. Let's go in. Actually, yeah, let's start going in now. I hope that that's... Hang on, let me go into my... Go into our side. Ooh, that's bottom and that's front. Okay, cool. Let's go in here. This is a little easier to sort of navigate now. Let's see. Does this line up with there? No. So let's get that to go in a little more. I think that's pretty lined up. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna bring that up a little more. Maybe scale this. Let's put that there. And then we're gonna scale that out. Bring it up. Maybe scale that in actually a little. And then we're gonna go Control E and we're gonna go up a little bit, not too much. Let's see. Yeah, actually that's coming along pretty nicely, eh? I'll definitely have to probably add in some more loops maybe going around the sides. Make the sides a bit more pronounced. But we'll get to that in a second though. I just want to do these top sort of loops here. And then go up. Because I kind of want this to be a little bit of a smaller bump maybe. So maybe we could decrease this a little. Because this is going to be the main sort of like bump. Bring that up in. Bring that up. So go back in. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today though. Let's see. I don't know if you guys like reading, but I actually just picked up some new books that I really want to get reading, like get started soon. Because I just picked them up yesterday with a friend. We went all the way into the city after class and I picked up some more manga. I really like manga a lot. I want to get into reading it more, but it's just the time constraints for everything is just so difficult. I don't know if you guys feel me with that one, but I just feel like everything's so intense right now. And there's not much time to do a heap of anything. But I definitely want to take some time out every now and again and sort of like just chill, kind of do my own thing for a little bit. Because yeah, life can be a lot and sometimes you just need to take a little time out. Let's move you down. Yeah, I picked up one of my favorite manga series is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. And hey, I know the name sounds really weird, okay? But it's actually a really good series, and I love the art style so very much. I think it's really sick. And I think overall it has a really good story too. Um, and I honestly thought it was a pretty like small series, but no, it's got so many books. I was very wrong. um, but yeah, there's like, oh, how many books were there? There was like 20 plus books, I think. And I have most of them, but I was missing quite a few at one stage. Especially of the earlier books, which is really bad if you want to read a series, because like how are you meant to read past like 5 if you don't have 4, you know? um but yeah, anyways, I really want to get into reading because I think it's a great skill, and I've never been really much of a reader, but I really want to be though. Because I think it's great, and just getting away from screens too, because I spend so much of my life on a screen, especially with school. It is nice just to take time out and get away from screens for a little bit. I've actually been reading a webtoon though on my phone called School Bus Graveyard, and that one's really good too. I would highly recommend it. And if you're not a big reader like myself, it's pretty good because they are actually making the webtoons into sort of like a short little video almost of what happens in the webtoon on the site itself on Webtoons, which is really good. Because sometimes, you know, you just don't want to read. You just kind of want to hear an audiobook because, you know, life can be tiring. So yeah, it's pretty nice just to sit down with a little audiobook, just chill. It was so annoying because one of the other days when I was coming home from my course, I was reading a little bit in just like the car. And it was so annoying because I read the next 2 chapters after the audiobook. Because the audiobook hasn't fully caught up to the rest of the series yet. But what's it called? Yeah, nah. So I was reading the next 2 chapters, and then what happened was I literally clicked off of Webtoons for 2 seconds. I went back into the app, and then the next 2 episodes had been dubbed. But they were like the episodes that I just read, and I was like, no, how could you? um, but yeah, it was very sad. It's actually like the voice actors for the animated series on Webtoons for School Bus Graveyard. I think they do an amazing job. I would love to be, or like, yeah, I would love to be a voice actor. I think that would be really fun. Especially as like just a little side gig. I think that would be so cool. I've never once voice acted in my life, by the way. Oh, hello there. Well, well, well. What up? We are currently just making a little light, not like a nightlight, I mean as, just a little lamp. Sorry, my brain is a little frazzled today. My roof is up. Crazy work. But you know, welcome in. How's your day been? We were just talking about some books. I don't know if you're into books and stuff. Not bad. Pretty sweet. It's always good when, you know, you have a pretty nice day. Just a little chill day. But yeah, nah. And then I also got this new book. Hang on, I forget what it's called. It's just right next to me. It's called I think it's Alpi the Soul Sender. It looks so good though. Um, I just love the art style. It's sort of got like a little watercolor aesthetic to it, and I think it looks so cool. I think it's to do with like magical sort of beasts and stuff, which would be really cool to read. Um, Honestly, I love reading manga that have really good visuals to it. Because I feel like sometimes the visuals can make or break the story a little bit. Yeah. No, not anime, manga. Um yeah, I suppose manga and books. Yeah. I do love anime too. Do you like anime? I think anime is such a great medium though. Um I swear not much anime out right now though. Anime for me, please. Yeah, for real. I need more. I swear I've watched a lot, like a whole lot, especially with the newer stuff that some of the companies have been producing on Crunchyroll, and I'm just like, please give me more. I feel like there's a little bit of a downturn with how many new animes are being made. I don't know, maybe it just might be me, but yeah. I then again, I do really need to catch up with Frieren as well because the new season just came out, I think. So I really need to watch that. I think that would be so cool. Actually, let's make this go out. Let's go out and up. And make it go like that. Okey-dokey. But you know, I feel like I'm running out of anime to watch. I don't know. I find new stuff is kind of like they're doing almost the same story, and sometimes I have them confused. I know, I find that sometimes as well. It's, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know, they need to branch out and make new, you know, animes. Or like at least, sort of like make new manga into anime. Because I think some of the manga would be really cool to adapt into like an anime sort of form. But yeah, no, I don't know. It is a bit dry nowadays with anime. I mean, of course I still watch it regardless. But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of sucks cuz yeah, honestly, I binge watch anime a lot. um yeah, I don't know. I'm not really vibing too much with everything that they're putting out. I just hope and pray that the new season of Frierin's been really good because I don't know, I honestly haven't heard too much about it. And it's kind of concerning because it hasn't been out for too long. Because like I don't know, I feel like normally with like big titles like that, normally people watch it straight away. But I don't know. I feel like not many people do nowadays. Something I found of a lack of trades isekai. Yeah. Oh no, is it not? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if Ruin's good or not. I don't know. I just haven't heard much about it, if I'm being honest. But ones with the main character being called but yeah, literally there's so many of those ones. I get kind of bored with the amount that there is. The genre is just so saturated with that sort of, you know, story. And it's just like, it's a bit boring. Well, maybe should I make this go in? Maybe make it go in. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I just rewatch a whole bunch of the anime series I love. If I'm being honest. I mean, there's been a few here and there, within the isekai genre that I don't mind, but overall, I just feel like, yeah, it's a bit bland. They could do something more, surely. I feel like some of the big studios might have their hands full because they're trying to make. I know the studio that's making Demon Slayer, they would probably have their hands full because they've got to make another 2 movies, and like they only have like a few years to do so, I think. Well, it's just isekai, all main characters being out. And then the OP ones in the party. I know. I don't mind some of those stories, but honestly, I feel like they just reuse the same plot and then it gets kind of tiring and I'm just like, just make something new, please. I beg. I need new content that's actually great. I think I might just be lazy and I might just add another simple little cover to it. Because honestly, you're not going to really see this cover. Let's go T. Make some more. Just Kaizen is a good one, but the new season has a lot of enemy is glossing over them like verbal. Yeah, I know. I really love JJK so much. It's such a great series, but I don't know. I feel like they didn't even put the rules of the new arc on the screen long enough, really. And like, I feel like they do just kind of gloss over a lot of the different things as well in the anime, and it's just like, why? Please, no. But yeah, it's pretty sad though. Because honestly, I like most of the characters in JJK. I think they're all pretty cool. I just wish the girls got a little bit more screen time. And oh my god, sorry, spoilers for anyone that is like still watching JJK. But when they kill off Nobara, I was so sad because I loved Nobara so much. I think she's so cool. She's a girl boss, for real, for real. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's not that many girl characters, and I think I heard from one of my friends that they were planning to kill off Maki, but then the creator was like, I can't do that because if I kill off Maki, there's literally like no girl characters left. And it's just like, damn, that's so bad. I feel like it's so bad at least. Am I crazy for that? Yeah. I just would love some variety with more diverse sort of like archetypes and stuff, and I don't know. Yeah. I just thought it was funny though. And kind of sad. Although I do like all the boy characters. I think the boy characters in JJK are written pretty well as well. But it's just like, so much shit is happening because Gojo got, you know, sealed. It's just like, god damn it. Why do you have to go and get sealed? Oh god. How could bro? Let's see. Yeah, that's true. There wouldn't be much of a season if he really stayed in. He can pretty much solve nearly anything. I'm so sad because I figured out, from, like, not figured out, but, like, found out from one of my friends that apparently, Inumaki doesn't really come back in for the whole rest of the show, and I'm just like, what? What do you mean my goat is not coming in for the rest of the freaking season? Are you joking? Because they said that he is in the show still, but they, like, loosely mention him, and it's just like, no. Why? I thought Inumaki was so cool, but like he is overpowered as fuck though. I'm being so for real. So it is pretty fair, but it's just like, no, my goat. Let's just go up like that. Okay, I'm just gonna fill in that face. I'm just gonna do fill hole. And then we're just gonna... This is getting in the way, so I'm just gonna hide it real quick, actually. H. Yeah. It's such a shame. I'm still, like, I'm so caught up on freaking JJK getting rid of Inumaki from the show. I know that he did get pretty badly messed up, so I mean, it is a good excuse that he's not in the show anymore, but like, god damn it. What animes have I been watching recently? I think I've been trying to rewatch, who is that? Inumaki. He's the one with, the cursed speech. He's a cursed speech user. Oh, sugar. Oopsies. He's the one that speaks in, like, what was it? I think it's, like, sushi ingredients or rice paper roll ingredients. I think it's cool, though. But yeah, no, I've been trying to, watch Hell's Paradise as well, because I think the new season for that also just came out, but honestly, I don't know, I feel like I haven't heard much of anything for, like, those few series, and it's just, like, it's kind of scaring me, because why is no one talking about any of these animes? And I feel like they're pretty big as well. Like, they're not, like, small little indie titles or anything. Can't even find them on the character list. Inumaki, you mean? Also, give me a sec. I'm in an ad. Oh no! I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see how this is turning out. I'm not sure. I'm kind of doing my own thing, if I'm being honest. I'm going, like, kind of going away from what I was doing with the lamp. For being honest, this does not look anything to do with the lamp that I chose. It's okay. It's alright. We ball. You know, we do our own thing. Let me just try and pinch and use some other stuff. Hey, nice. Oh my god, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, welcome back though. What were we talking about? We were talking about Inumaki. What do you mean you can't find them on the character list? Do you mean Inumaki or do you mean someone else? Are these edges not working? Edges. Yeah, I can't find them. Oh, that's so strange. They've wiped my boy out of the whole show. How could they? I need justice. That's so weird though. Let's just reconnect to these edges real quick. And put that there. But yeah, no, I don't know. Have you guys heard anything about the new season of Hell's Paradise? Without spoilers, please, because I'm watching it now. But I don't know. I'm really worried because I haven't heard anything from that. I don't think they were a side character. No, Inumaki definitely wasn't a side character at all. I'm only on dub. Yeah, I don't really watch subbed too much either, if I'm being honest. I mean, honestly, I think that most of the dubs are pretty good though for anime nowadays. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule, but I think overall though, most of them are pretty good. Is it bad if I just do something basic for the top? Because I feel like you're not even really going to see the top of the lamp, if I'm being so honest. I really don't want to have to model all these like little tiny details into the lamp. I don't know. Some shows sub is harder to follow, especially with Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I feel the same way, especially with action scenes. Like, I'm not the greatest reader of all time, so I can't really read that fast. I mean, I can, but it takes a second for me to like fully like register like what's happening. That's what I found with Demon Slayer as well when I watched the movie in cinemas. Because some parts went so fast, and I'm just like, wait, what? What do you mean? Rewind, please. But yeah, I don't know. I long for new innovative titles to be made. I think that lamp looks okay. I think it looks alright. But yeah, with a lot of dialogue and talking, reading just makes it a bit too much. Yeah, especially when like an anime is like really well detailed as well. So it's like then the text only stays on the screen for X amount of time, and then by the time sometimes when I finish reading and then I look up at the screen, it's kind of like already gone, so I can't look at the whole scene really. It's like almost I have to choose one or the other. Um, but yeah, because I love looking at like the backgrounds and stuff to scenes and movies. I think it's really cool, but I don't know. It kind of sucks because sometimes, yeah, the subtitles go way too fast. Let's see. Can I add another lip here? Oh, that's the top of this thingy. I think that's okay, actually. What's our thoughts on this lamp? Do you guys like it? It's meant to be sort of like a vintagey, old-looking lamp. I don't know if I like it that much. I don't know. I think it's an alright lamp. It's meant to be like a little background prop for our little scene that we're making here. Hills is not too bad. I'm watching that one in dubs. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I forget what episode I'm up to. I think I'm a little over halfway, I think, through Hell's Paradise. Yeah, I forgot. I was wondering what you were making a lamp look like. Lamp looks good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just making a little block out and stuff. You could put a thing on the top. As in like a little bit more detail up here. I could do that. I could maybe I could circularize these faces. Because it does look a bit bland on the top, I agree. Maybe if I ooh, don't do that. If I delete these real quick. Like to hold the shade down if you don't want to add more detail. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. Ooh, what are these faces? That is not good. Hang on, hang on. I'm gonna delete that. Can I delete that? Okay, cool. And I need to delete this weird edge. Why is this not deleting? Hello? Oh no, I deleted the other edge. Delete? What is happening? Delete. Be gone. Go on, get. Oh my god. Where did I go? Oopsies. Ah! Come on. I hate it when there's like stubborn little edges. Just go. Maybe if I just freeze and delete. Okay. Maybe it's bugging out because of that. No? Oh my god, I'm just deleting everything. Okay. What if I... Why is it looking like that? I think, Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Um, Let me just... I'm just gonna do a... Let's just weld these, you know. It'll be okay. How would they know? Okay, so now that that's connected, can I just like go here and go to faces? And then just select this and just delete it. Okay, cool. That works. That works. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna select all of these words and we're just gonna delete to try and get rid of any unnecessary vertices. Get out of here. What the helly? Come on. Go on, get. Okay, cool. I think we have all the necessary vertices. Cool. So what we're going to do is then we are going to go here finally and we are going to go in like so. And then we are going to go in again. And then we're going to press this little button here to circularize it. And I reckon maybe make that go up. I'm going to make it go in a fair bit. Control E. Oh, oops. Go up. What's your guys' favorite anime of all time? If you had to choose one, if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only watch one form of anime, don't question why, or like how you can watch anime, but anyways, what would be the one that you would watch for the rest of forever? Make that go in. One Piece, yeah. Well, it'll take me forever to watch it. That's it. Yeah, that's fair. I actually tried to start watching One Piece, but oh my god. It is... Because I'm in the early stages and I'm watching the dub. Oh, Luffy's voice, man. It's like freaking gravel. Like, oh, sandpaper in my eardrums. Like, he's... No. I don't like the early dub of the One Piece. Well, for Luffy at least. I can't. I can't. Am I making this too big? It's okay. I'll scale it down later. She'll be right. But yeah. He's too squeaky, man. You know? Maybe I could make this go into like a cool little pointed ball something. Make it look fancy. I low-key haven't watched One Piece in like months though because of it. It's so bad. Not as in like the show itself is bad. I think it's written pretty well, but it's just the voice acting for the English dub. It's terrible. Let's go here. We'll just go Phil Hall. How do I? So I need to go up here and I need to... Oh god. How am I meant to do this? Ooh. Okay. And go to about here. Because I need to connect these so then... Because this is right here. This whole thing is what is called an Engon. And oh my god. Engons are so bad. Especially for animating. It's terrible. It makes everything go wonky. And it's just overall bad for the computer. I suppose they were kind of kids at the start of the show. That's true. But I don't know. I just hate it. I just hope that soon, you know, the voice acting will sort of, you know, catch up with the normal voice acting from the rest of the show. Because I've seen some of the later clips, and honestly, he doesn't sound that bad. But, you know. This is so hard to see what I'm doing. Eh. Eh. Okay. This is the best we're gonna get. 1, 2. Okay, I think we have to connect this one here. Did I? Oh, I didn't. What am I doing? I'm so hunched forward right now. It's not funny. My posture, man. Insert the image of the shrimp leaning over in the chair. It's me. Oh my god. This is so bad. Enter. Okay. I think everything's connected on the top now. Yeah, I think, but it kind of goes all the way out, and then I think I have the same problem anyways. Do I? Yeah, I think I have the same problem regardless. Eh. Eh. You can kind of see it. It's so hard because the lines are blue. It's fine. We got there. Now I'm gonna have to scale this down, eh? Let's see. Let's make some extra, like, fancy little lines. I'm gonna need another edge hold loop. Good there. And then I think, or maybe another one at the bottom too, actually. Okay, this is, what is going on? Come on, there you go. So I think if I grab this loop now, it should be fine. If I scale it out. There we go. So I got one there, and then I kind of want to do another one, if I can. And then can I, oh actually I'm gonna have to add another one to the top, otherwise it'll do some funky stuff. Hang on, I'm locked in right now, chat. I'm thinking. No, that doesn't work. I'm gonna have to add another one. Okay, that's fine. And then what we'll do is we're gonna cheat a little bit. Just gonna move that there. And then I'll move that up. Like so. And then I grab, oh, I don't grab the whole thing. I think if I do this now. Yep. But I don't like how far out this edge is going, so I'm just gonna go like that. And there we go. Well, this makes that other limb in the background look a bit funny. I know. Oh my god, yeah, that was my temp little block out lamp. It's so goofy. Okay, let's see. Do you think this is like too bulbous at the top, or do you reckon this looks okay? Because I don't know whether or not, hang on, let me smoothing preview it. Because this is what it looks like so far. But I don't know, does that look too chunky? I feel like it might. So I don't know whether or not to scale it in a little bit more, make it a little bit smaller. A small amount, yeah, I reckon. Okay, let's go face select. And I'm just gonna go to my side view real quick and go here. Because then what I can do is I can just go wabam, and I won't have selected anything else. Just go like so. Well, let's see how it looks from the side view again. Okay. And I'll put the smooth preview back on it. Do you reckon that or a little more? I think that should be fine, right? Depends on how fancy. I've seen some people have things on top. Really? Oh my god. Bougie. Because I kind of want it to look like a fancy, like vintagey sort of lamp. because I'm not sure if you were here. Were you here when I explained what we're doing for like this little block out sort of scene that we have going on? I think this is the front. I'm not too sure if you were here or not. Yeah, how's that look? Yeah. I was not here then. Okay, so basically for school, I have been tasked with basically creating sort of like I need to create a container which then can hold another item inside of the container, and we can do whatever we wanted for it. And I chose to do a little cassette tape player. So this is going to be my little cassette, and then this is going to be my little cassette tape right here. I've already technically started modeling these two, but I'm doing that in class. So I've already pretty much nearly completed those. I'm just working on sort of blocking out my scene now and adding in some extra items. So now we've made a little lamp for my fancy dancy scene. Do they open? Yeah, they will open. These are just little temporary just blocks. So these aren't the real thing. But yeah, the actual one will open. I'll have to eventually import them into this scene once it's all done. But honestly, I just really want to hurry up and get all of the background elements in and ready to go, because then I'm gonna have to move on to texturing, and texturing sucks. It's bad. It's terrible. Well, it's not terrible. It's just annoying, because then I've got to do a thing called UV unwrapping, which is basically like, I don't know if you guys remember in school, but basically what it is you know how you had the little exercise in school. This is Maya. Yes, this is Maya. But yeah, so in school, you know how you had the exercise where it's like got the flat shape of how to make a box, and then you have to cut it up to then fold it in towards each other to then make an actual like box like this sort of thing. Well, it's pretty much that, but in reverse. So you've got to cut up basically this whole big lot of shapes in order to basically reverse engineer it into looking like just plain shapes like these. So like cylinders or cubes. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Does that make sense? Yeah. UV unwrapping is really annoying because it's basically the process of taking a flat shape and basically trying to fit it onto a 3D object. I did not do this in school, but I did teach myself some of the stuff in Blender. Oh yeah, Blender's pretty nice. Honestly, after using Maya, I can't use Blender because the shortcuts are so different. I just can't. It messes with my head because like almost all the keys are like inverted, it feels like to me. If that makes sense. It's just nah. I can't. But I think it's a great tool though, and I think it's definitely worth learning because it's a stepping stone to Maya as well. I've only made, I think I've made one little tiny pickup truck in Blender, and I had to like heavily follow a tutorial for it. I thought Blender had an option to set the keys like mine. It does. Honestly, I've used it not that much. So I wouldn't put it past it if it does. I thought, yeah, no, I have no clue. That's great to know though. I'll have to look into that because if it does, that would be so great to learn it. But yeah, no, regardless, it has such different features to Maya. It's really hard to sort of get a hang of it, if I'm being honest. But yeah. How long has stream been going? Around 50. Honestly, I think I might be done for today. I think we've made some great progress on our little scene here. We'll do a little pan around the table. So that's the bottom. And then that's our little block out. And our fancy dancy little lamp that we just modeled. Yay! Oh, I'll show you guys my headphones as well. So these are my, hang on. Can I just hide this real quick? But yeah, so I flat sort of like 3D modeled my little headphones here. So I did quickly Google, and yeah, it does for the most part. But if you follow tutorials online, it would mess that. Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But yeah, that's good to know though. Thank you so much for telling me because I had no clue. I thought it was just set keybinds pretty much. I mean, I know that you can probably alter them, but I didn't think it would have like a button or something you could press to make it like Maya. But yeah. Yeah. These are my flat little headphones. I've got to figure out how to add a little I think this is like a bend curve, so I can just sort of like do that but on this. But my teacher taught me how to do this and I low-key kind of forgot. So I need his help again. But hey, I'll figure that out probably tomorrow. But yeah. I really like how these came out, but this low-key killed me a lot because of like this little structure here. Because I had to pull out, I think it was like 3 or 4 faces to make this shape. And then I had to like do some funky stuff and just mess around with it a whole heap to get it to be the shape that I really wanted it to be. Because that shape is so hard to make on half of a sphere. It's so annoying. It's bad. And then the shape here in the middle too stumped me a lot. And then my teacher came over and he did it in literally like 5 seconds. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Oh, I just cry inside a little bit. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah, no, I'll definitely have to learn how to do this bend curve, and then I'll have to teach you guys as well how to do it, because honestly, I don't know how he did this, because he set all of this up and it's low-key witchcraft. Like, ooh, look at go. I don't know how he managed this. I tried to reverse engineer it at the start of the stream and I can't. I don't know. It's so bad. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, witchcraft for sure, for real. It's so bad. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with our little limp that we made today. I think we did good. And it looks pretty nice in the smooth preview as well, which is always a plus. I'll show you guys without the smoothing preview. So this is what it looks as, like a little low poly version. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, today though. Oh, oops. Actually put it to wireframe mode. The buttons are so close in the keyboard to switch it to wireframe mode. But yeah, so I will probably let you guys go here. I don't know, did we want to do a little raid maybe? That could be fun. I'm not sure if you guys have any suggestions or not on who to raid. But if not, I probably will just let you guys go though. Oh, oops. Where's my just talking? There we are. There's my just talking. Sorry. Technical difficulties. But yeah, I don't know. I might just let you guys go since we don't have too many people in right now. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I had a blast and I had so much fun. So thank you so much for coming in and showing your support. Sorry I haven't really streamed too much. It's mainly because of school getting in the way. But I want to try and stream probably most likely every Monday. And if it's not a Monday, it's going to be a Tuesday. Yeah, I don't really, yeah, it's okay. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And also remember to take care of yourselves, and we will talk very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for showing up again, and I will see you later. Bye bye. See ya. Don't mind me, I'm just struggling with getting my ending right. Bye. See ya.